Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth.
Hey, this is EAJ-Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff Doing about time.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sports World Radio doing their thing today. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, glad everybody could be with us. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Lots and lots to get to. We're going to have a lot of fun getting to it all. But before we start the show and get to it, let's get all the particulars out of the way. What do you say? Listening to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. That's right. And if you're on SportsWorldRadio.com, click the little red icon on the left-hand side that says Call Now. For Skype users only, hit that little button right there that says Call Now, and you can call the show. Ask us any questions you want. Tell us your opinions. Give us your thoughts. Skype users only. For non-Skype users, give us a call at 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715. Also follow us over there on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. And also like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. With all that out of the way, also, hey, if you're listening to us on Sports World Radio and you want to come and hang out in the chat room with us, head on over to Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account, it's free. Get a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. Come and hang out in our chat room. And if you're in our chat room, you know what I'm going to ask you to do right now. Click the little heart right there and like the show. Always click the heart when you come in. Make the heart dark. And that shows that everyone that you like the show. We appreciate that very much. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man.
Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2014, 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. And for you people that live in the dang Central, you really need to figure that out for yourself. People like you, Frank, and Encyclopedia Man, and Nick, and the list goes on.
Wow, you're really getting on them, aren't you, man? I like that.
Yeah. There you go. You got to bring it because I obviously don't have any clue what time it is in the Central right now.
Yeah, obviously.
Hey, Sean, I have 2 or 3. Yeah, what's it in Idaho? It's the equivalent to the Cleveland. It's 3:07. What is it in Chicago? Do you even know, Encyclopedia Man? No, it probably don't. Weather right now is 91 degrees, very hazy thing.
Who cares what time it is in Chicago? Really?
How are you, Jeff, and how is the weather for you, bud?
Really? Who really cares what time it is in Chicago? Come on now. Really? I don't give a flying fig Newton what time it is in Chicago.
He says it's 5:08 p.m. Central Time in Chicago, Illinois. Encyclopedia Man.
Good for him. Good for him. I don't really care. I know what time it is in the Pacific, and you know what? That's all I really care about.
San Diego can't stiff Chicago jockstrap.
That's all I really care about. All I know is that it's 3:08 in San Diego, and that's all I really care about. I don't care.
How are you doing, Jeff? And how's the weather in San Diego, bud?
I'm doing great. Weather out here is beautiful as always. Sunny San Diego. That's the way we rock and roll out here. You know that. That's the way we rock and roll out here. I'm having a conversation with my sister on Facebook about dinner. How's that going? I'm doing a radio show and I'm having a conversation with my sister about dinner. How great is that?
Terrific.
Yeah. Hey. Did Byron Scott finally sign a deal with the freaking Lakers or what?
I have not heard anything until you mention it now.
Because I know he went for his third interview with them.
Well, we start off with the NBA, and I know that we stay with the LA Lakers. Jeff, I think your prayers have been answered. The LA Lakers have acquired Carlos Boozer
Thank
to
God.
join LA.
Thank God. You want to know, I'm so glad you told me that, because yesterday, I was saying to myself, all day yesterday, I have this strange feeling that Carlos Boozer is going to end up a New York Knick, and I'm going to be pissed off all year. So I am so happy he went to the Lakers. You have no idea how happy I am.
Well, what do you guys think about it? Frank, Encyclopedia Man? Yeah, he says the Bulls will be fine without Carlos Boozer.
Yeah.
The Bulls released Carlos Boozer earlier this week.
Correct.
And teams with cap space could make a bid on a portion of his $16.8 million contract. The Lakers made the highest bid in a blind auction and were awarded him on Thursday shortly after 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's because the Lakers got to do something. They lost everybody just like Houston did. They got to do something.
And the question is, will Byron Scott, if he gets this job, and I know how you are about ifs, Jeff, if he gets this job, will he be the answer for the LA Lakers? Because you know something? Before I went to work today, ESPN Radio, you know how they have Mike and Mike in the morning, and then they have another radio show after that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, they were talking about it today, Jeff. The question is, are the Lakers in decline, just like the New York Yankees? Are they both in decline? I happen to agree that both of them are. I think the age is catching up with them. They even said, we'll get to the Yankees in a sec, but with the LA Lakers, we stick with them first. The question is, how well can they do with Kobe Bryant? Is he going to be happy again in LA, or is he just saying, you know what, I should just retire after next year in the summer of 2015?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. LA lost a big piece in Pau Gasol, and Kobe Bryant, you know darn well if it's not Byron Scott or somebody, is not going to be happy with the LA Lakers. It's a big question on what's going on down there for the Lakers. Now, the Clippers, on the other hand, they could start taking over for the popularity in Los Angeles.
Well, the Lakers need to do something because Kobe Bryant's on his way out. He's only got 2 years left. I'm not a Carlos Boozer fan, so let him go to L.A. I can give a flying fig Newton as long as he's not going to the Knicks, which I'm very happy about. You know that.
Yeah.
Very happy about. They still don't have a head coach. They still haven't hired a head coach, correct?
Correct, and I believe that Byron Scott would be the likely candidate to be the next head coach of the LA Lakers.
Well,
because, Jeff, of his experience and his connections that he has to LA.
Well, after 3 freaking interviews with the Lakers, don't you think he should get the job by now, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes? I mean, come on.
3 interviews, I say the LA Lakers say it's a no-brainer. Hire Byron Scott, see what kind of an offensive system he can bring, and we'll see what kind of defense that the assistant coaches can bring. Because you got to remember that with the LA Lakers, they've lost some big assistants because they have gone 3,000 miles to the East Coast to join Derek Fisher up in New York. And here's what Frank says. Will Kobe even play over the next 2 years? It all depends on his body. He might not physically be able to before, and I think would retire before his contract.
No,
is up.
I don't think. I think
point,
he's
Frank.
Frank, I think he's gonna play his 2 full years. I absolutely think he's gonna play those 2 years, and then he's done. I think he's gonna be just fine. I think he's ready to go right now, and so does he.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 2 years, and then he's like, okay, I've had my run in the NBA. Because if you look at the next 2 years, Kobe Bryant, 35, he'll be 36, 37 by 26. Yeah, 37 and 26.
Yeah, he's almost done. You know that, right? He's almost done. There's no doubt about that. He's pretty much almost done. 2 years left, and he's out the door. And the problem with the Lakers is they got nobody there to take Kobe's place. And that's a problem.
And it all goes back, in my opinion, before we run to our first commercial break, the fact that the LA Lakers blew the big chance to bring in Phil Jackson. Because if Phil Jackson decided, because remember, they had all that paperwork taken care of, Phil was going to come back and coach. Didn't happen. And then he decided that they went with Mike D'Antoni, and look how disastrous that turned out.
Look how that is. And now they got nobody. So we'll see what happens now with them.
And Mike Brown wasn't even a good fit for them.
No, Mike Brown wasn't. D'Antoni was. We'll see what Byron Scott brings. And I like Byron Scott. Excuse me. I like Byron Scott as a head coach. I really do. I really, really do like Byron Scott as a head coach. I think he's a good head coach. And I hope he does well in L.A. I hope he... And Kobe wants him there. Kobe's already said that he wants him there, so we'll see what happens. You know? Hey, we're going to run to our first commercial break. You listen to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World
Did
Radio.
you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
A friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Let me run with you tonight. I'll take you on a moonlight ride. There's someone I used to see, but she don't give a damn for me. Well, let me get to the
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the stinking internet. That's right, baby. Get used to it. We're going to go on a beautiful 2-hour sports journey. And coming up in the second hour of the show, like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday, is the windbag himself, Frank Sprankle from Chicago, in the Central Time Zone. That's why we bust everybody's chops in here, because half the crew at Sports World Radio is from the Central Time Zone, and half the crew is from the Pacific Time Zone, right?
That is
Right,
correct.
Sean?
We are 19 minutes past the hour on this Thursday, the 17th of July, 2015. We go back to the NBA.
What
I got
the hell?
a very
Hold
big
on a
question
second.
I've been
Hold
meaning
on.
to
Hold.
ask. You know, we talked about-
Hey, Sean, hold the phone a second. I don't mean to bust your chops, but it sounds like you're in the freaking bathroom. You got to fix this, man. Sounds like you're in the freaking bathroom over there. Are you there now?
Yes, I am here now.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it didn't sound like you were in the bathroom no more.
Okay, now let's continue. I have a serious question to ask everybody. With the Lakers getting Carlos Boozer, who do you guys consider to be the top 4 teams in the Western Conference? We know San Antonio is on the list.
In the Western Conference?
You know, we covered the East quite a bit. What is your guys' thoughts about the Western Conference going into next year?
I would have to say San Antonio, Oklahoma, and this is all top of my head. I'm not looking at the NBA, or anything like that right now on my computer, because that's what they call cheating. In the West, I would go San Antonio, right?
San Antonio.
Oklahoma City, the Clippers, maybe Dallas, Portland. There's more than Frank, I can't even put Houston in there because they got the shaft as far as free agents, and they lost.
I have to
people.
agree with Jeff, and I disagree with you, Frank, because, look, Houston blew it in terms of going after the big free agents.
Not only did they blew it, but they lost Carmelo. They lost Bosch. They traded Lynn to the Lakers. So they lost in every case. Plus they lost Parsons too, correct?
Right.
So they lost in every way.
And it's like, what direction does Houston go to? And you know why they lost it? Because other players realized if Dwight Howard was on that team, Dwight Howard would be number one distraction.
Well, see, my personal feeling is, and I don't know how anybody else feels. I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know how Frank feels about this. I don't know how the producer of the show feels about this, Josh. My personal feeling, none of those people wanted to go there to play with Howard.
Yeah.
My personal feeling alone, that they didn't want to go and play with Howard.
And the big question is Kevin McHale on the hot seat if he doesn't get it done this year? Will he be gone and going back to being an NBA analyst?
Okay, Frank has a question here. All right, let me ask you a question. Will the people care more about the East than the West this year with LeBron, the Cavs, the Bulls, and what they have, Melo returning? Listen, the Heat, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the Heat. The East is more wide open than last year. Last year, we all knew it was going to be Indiana and Miami, correct? And
That's right.
And it kind of broke down to that way. This year, we don't know who the hell it's going to be. And everybody and their mother's picking Cleveland. What are you, crazy?
Yesterday, Frank, if you were here, I know you had other obligations and stuff. Jeff gave me an assignment, and I had to announce the lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you look at that Cavaliers lineup, that team has a lot of players they have one player who is 19 years old. They got players in their early 20s. If you look at that Cavs team, they do not look like the favorites. I would say if I'm a Cavs fan, I wouldn't be like cocky and overconfident because the Cavs don't get it done next year. LeBron's going to ditch Cleveland.
I don't know if he's going to ditch Cleveland so much as the reason why he signed a 2-year contract is so he can get more money next year.
It would be a quick 2 years, and then LeBron could be out there looking for another team to go to. And, of course, the team that he possibly would go to is stay in the Eastern Conference and go to your New York Knicks, Jeff.
Who knows?
If Melo is there, then LeBron would say, well, Melo and I are friends. Let me take my talents up to NYC and be a New York Knick instead of a Brooklyn Net because he wouldn't want to go to Brooklyn.
Well, who the hell wants to play in Brooklyn? Obviously not Paul Pierce anymore.
Why do you say that, Encyclopedia Man? Why do you say LeBron will not go to the Knicks? I think it's possible he could because of the connections he has with Melo and with rapper Jay-Z.
Rapper Jay-Z. Well, Jay-Z doesn't own the Knicks. He doesn't even own the Nets no more.
Yeah, but he always has worked out with the big names for sports in New York.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. You know, that's intriguing that he only signed a 2-year deal with him and not a 4-year deal.
I think it's a way for him to say, I'm going to sign a 2-year deal and then work my way out and go to a top team in the Eastern Conference. LeBron and Carmelo is a ESPN wet dream. That's what Encyclopedia Man says.
Personally, I happen to think it's his way of saying, if I don't get along with the coach, I'm out of here. And
like always, with Blatt being the head coach of the Cavaliers, Can't wait to see how this all turns out with this new offensive
Yeah, I mean,
system.
why does
especially since he came from international basketball?
Why does everybody think right away that they're going to be fantastic when this guy's never coached in the NBA before?
Exactly.
Why is that, Sean?
Because everybody's like in Cleveland, and everybody's saying, even the Vegas odds saying the Cavs are 3-1 odds. They're going to win the NBA championship. And it's going to be great times in Cleveland because LeBron is in Cleveland and Manziel's playing for the Browns.
Just because LeBron's in Cleveland, they're automatically going to win They're automatically going to win the NBA championship. Get the hell out of here! He was with Miami last year and they couldn't do it.
Well, you knew that was the last run of the Big Three, even though Wade and Bosh are back in Miami.
Riddle me that one, Batman. They were in Miami last year, the Big Three, and they couldn't do it. And now he's not with the Big Three no more. You think they're going to win one in Cleveland right off the bat? You freaking people are crazy, man.
No, but all the experts, the sport experts, and the people from Vegas say the Cavaliers are the heavy favorite next year to win the NBA championship.
You know what?
Get out of town.
I'm beginning to think just how much of an experts they really are. Because by them saying that, they're proving that they're not experts. Okay? Okay, believe me. I've seen people say on TV that with the lineup that they have right now, they can't win the NBA Finals. Those are the smart people. The people that say, oh, they're going to win it now. What are you, crazy?
They are crazy.
What, Tristan something or other on that team? Wiggins? Kyrie? Get the hell out of here. Are you people crazy?
Because Cleveland fans are they're rejoicing. They're saying, this is a way for us to say, we are happy. We forgive you, LeBron. You're back at your home. Because you're from Akron, and he wants to win a championship for the whole state of Ohio, but especially Cleveland.
What's going to happen when their defense sucks and they lose 10 games, 12 games in a row? What are people going to say now?
Going to be a very happy man.
What are you going to say now? Unstinking believable. I just don't get it,
just
man.
upsets you to no end. They're like saying,
It does.
what kind of experience is Blatt going to bring to this team?
I don't care what you people tell me. He's got no NBA experience, and now he's got to deal with LeBron James. Holy cannoli, and all that madness that LeBron James brings.
Be crazy. Blatt gets fired after the 2015 season because he didn't get the job done. LeBron stays, and they find another head coach. Probably they'll go right back to Mike Brown again.
From what I understand, I think Mike Brown is retired. How about that? It's just, I find it funny that LeBron goes to Cleveland and all of a sudden Cleveland becomes an NBA championship team. I hate to tell you, folks, LeBron James doesn't make an NBA championship team all by himself. He couldn't do it last time he was in freaking Cleveland. And I don't think he's going to do it this time in Cleveland. Sure, they got Mike Miller. Sure, they got Josh Jones or whatever his name is.
I think it's James Jones.
James Jones. Okay, I understand that. Woohoo, big deal. Big deal. They got a young team. Kyrie Irving, Wiggins, Tristan, what's his name?
I'm not sure from that list, though. But it's
but they
it's
have
a lot like young guys from 19 to 23.
Yes. And if you think they're going to win next year, you know how long it's going to take them to get to know each other and get together and all that? Come on. Get the hell out of here.
Even though Cleveland is desperate for a championship since they've had so much sports misery.
LeBron's going to need to score anywhere between 30 and 50 points a game just for them to win.
On that note, we're going to run to commercial. Half an hour already.
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
Figure that crap out for yourself.
ooh, he's getting a little raunchy. I kind of like it.
The next story we get to at 33 minutes past the hour, Dallas Cowboys may be more than a decade removed from success on the field, but they continue to be one of the world's top financial success stories of all time. In Forbes' annual ranking of the world's most valuable sports teams, how about this, Jeff? The Cowboys rank 5th at a value of $2.3 billion because of Jerry Jones.
Oh, God,
That
here we
ranks
go.
second among teams in the United States. The fourth, of course, the New York Yankees. They're the fourth. They value $2.5 billion, and the highest of any NFL team. Spanish soccer powers Real Madrid, $3.44 billion, and Barcelona, $3.2 billion. And the English soccer giant Manchester United at $2.81 billion.
Okay, is that?
I know, Jeff,
hold on a second,
I know
though.
how you feel about soccer.
Hold on, is that American money or is that London money?
And the story that I believe it probably would be England
See?
money.
I stumped you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Isn't England money a little less than American money?
I think so. I'd have to
Okay.
ask the encyclopedia man about that.
Jerry Jones, what a jackass he is. Did he make a statement today? Somebody told me that he made a statement today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, somebody said to me that he made a statement today, and I do believe it was the producer of the show, Josh.
What did he say, encyclopedia man? What did he say?
I think he said that they were going to win the NFC East.
Yeah, Jerry Jones came out today and said that the Dallas Cowboys have everything it takes to win the NFC East division.
What the hell is he smoking? What are you, crazy? Jerry Jones, there is no way you are going to win the NFC East, let alone be 8-8 this year. Okay, my friend?
Wow.
There's no way in heck, no way that you guys are going to win the NFC East. I don't see it happening, especially when Tony Romo gets knocked out in Game 2 and you got to rely on Brandon Whedon. Yeah, that rolls right off the tongue. Brandon Whedon playing in the Super Bowl. Get the flock out of here. You're crazy.
And here's another story about Jerry Jones. Troy Aikman, the former Dallas Cowboy who won 3 Super Bowls with Dallas, says he was surprised that they didn't take Johnny Manziel. He said that to Jerry Jones. He goes, I thought there was a real good chance if he fell to the Cowboys that he would take him, Aikman said.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and Skip Bayless today on First Take says that Jerry Jones will light a fire under the Cowboys so they can win the NFC, give the NFC East a run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones, you know what, Jerry Jones? You have to think that way because you don't have a choice. Okay? But the rest of America knows that you're just throwing out smoke.
Especially when he says that he thinks he's done a great job as general manager.
God, I'm so disgusted by him. Do not get me started by him because he does. I don't get it.
So, and then now Aikman's kind of getting on his former employer that he played for, Jerry Jones, saying, well, why didn't you get Johnny Manziel? And he was surprised by that. And I would have to, with this story, thank you, Encyclopedia Man, that it does make sense that if they get Johnny Manziel, Dallas would probably be a very tough team to begin the season. But you never know. After Aikman, things have kind of gone downhill. They had Quincy Carter. They've had Vinny Testaverde, John Kitna. They've had a list of quarterbacks ever since that last Super Bowl by Dallas, even though Aikman was there till about the late 90s.
Yeah, now he's saying stuff. When he was there, he wasn't saying crap. But he's right. He should have been saying stuff the whole time. Johnny Manziel fell in his lap, and he blew it. Now look at his quarterback situation.
They'd be better off, like Jeff said, with Andy Dalton instead of Tony Romo.
I'm going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it. Because the Cowboys ain't going anywhere.
Especially when Jones always says, I've got my future quarterback, Tony Romo, who's going to lead the Cowboys to glory.
Yeah, gonna one good freaking hit in the back, and there goes your team, buddy. You know it as well as I do. And you can't tell me that every team that you face is not going to want to hit him in his back and knock him out.
Well, Encyclopedia Man adds, Manziel will be the next Rex Grossman.
Manziel's going to be the next Tim Tebow.
Oh.
That's what I say, and I've been saying it, and the NFL season hasn't even started yet, and I'm saying it now.
And with Jones even coming out and saying that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be back, even though they've won one playoff game. If you look at the Cowboys, they've gone 1-7 in the last 8 playoff games. 1-7.
Correct.
And they, of course, yeah. Wow.
1-7.
Yeah, and before that playoff win against Philadelphia, it came back in January of 1997. That's when Dallas blew out Minnesota in the wild card. But ever since then, that's just been one heartbreaking loss after another. Or even when even when the Cowboys get blown out.
One heartbreak after another, after another, after another.
And then Jerry Jones gets disgusted.
That's just Dallas's MO. That's just the way they are. Oh boy, so sorry, suck this, Dallas Cowboys. You like that?
I'm laughing because of what Double A is saying.
What's Double A saying?
Welcome, buddy. I'm glad to see you. He goes, the ratings of the show go lower when you talk about the Cowboys, the Giants, the NBA, Boston Sports, or Sean Celtics.
Well, what the hell do you want me to talk about? Your Philadelphia Eagles?
He's having fun. Come on, it's good to see you there, Double A.
Don't get me started on those Philadelphia Eagles. You should be worried about them yourselves, my friend.
Yeah, like I said, Jerry Jones, though, has the belief that the Cowboys are the team that'll dominate, Frank, and Double A. Thank you for coming in. That Cowboys will win the NFC East. And every time Jerry Jones opens up his mouth, it comes back to get to him because then he has to eat his words. And then remember, when they lose in the last game of the season, he curses and he walks out of the box, out of the owner's box.
Jerry Jones, yeah, I hope every time they lose a game, they show him.
Oh, they'll show him, and you know he'll be having his head down, cursing, upset, disgusted.
Hey, you know what, Double A? I ain't worried about him either. That's the one thing you and I have in common. I ain't worried about him either. Just let him. Hold on a second. Let him just blah 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 blah. Just let him spew his garbage that he spews it every year, and it always gets stuck in his face. Just let him keep putting his foot in his mouth because it's fun to watch.
41 minutes past the hour, Frank goes, what's there to worry about the Eagles? They have Nick Foles, who I feel really confident about.
What are you, a freaking Eagles fan, Frank?
That's what Frank is saying. I can't wait for him. Wait till we get him on for the second hour. I'd like to hear what Frank says about the Eagles. What are you, a Nick Foles fan there, Frank?
I thought he was a Bears fan.
He is a Bears fan, but he's giving his perspective about the Philadelphia Eagles. Encyclopedia Man goes, Jerry Jones might as well be Skip Bayless, brother.
That's what I think of the Eagles.
Especially since they won the NFC East Division last year, Jeff.
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah.
I don't really care. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
The Eagles have never even won a Super Bowl.
That's all I have to say. That's it. End of discussion.
Speaking of which, the Philadelphia Eagles will open up their first preseason game Friday, August 8th against the Chicago Bears.
Did they win us? They didn't win a Super Bowl under Andy Reid, right?
They didn't. He picked the Eagles to the Super Bowl in the 2004 season.
Wow, they never won a Super Bowl under Andy Reid. Giants won a couple. Wow. Shut up there, Mr. Craig, Double A. Just sit there and take it.
Look what he says. He says Foles over Romo. I will agree with that.
Look at Double A. They have won a championship. Big freaking
that was
1960.
Deal.
1960. Holy freaking. You know the Eagles are like, hey, what have you done for me lately? Absolutely nothing.
Well, just wait until the Eagles play the Giants and Double A goes off against Jeff.
I know we're gonna have to.
I can't wait.
We're gonna have Double A and I this year are gonna have to have a bet on those two games. We didn't do it last year. I think we're gonna have to do it this year.
Well, the first time that the Eagles play the Giants will be October 12th, and that's a Sunday night game, Jeff.
Yeah, Sunday night game. Everybody and their mother will be watching that game.
And then December 28th, week 17.
Hey, what's the first?
Philadelphia at New York.
What's the first week of the season?
It's the first game, September. Let's see.
Not the preseason, not the Hall of Fame game, none of that garbage. The first real regular season game of the year.
The first game of the year starts Thursday, September 4th. It'll be Green Bay at Seattle.
Green Bay at Seattle. Thursday night. And then that's Sunday the 7th, the season starts, right?
Yeah. And then there's a doubleheader, Jeff, and it's
Monday night.
Both of your teams playing. The Giants at the Lions, and you got the Chargers at the
Cardinals. Monday, September 8th, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to figure out when we're going to do our very first NFL show. Why I don't want to have to see your bald face again. Well, come on, you got to let me at least get a chance to get even. Okay? You want to know something, Double A? You're the only person that I seem to lose to. Everybody else, I kick their ass.
You're the good update.
I know. You're the only person I seem to lose to. Everybody else, I kick their ass. You gotta give me a chance to break that chip for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. You gotta give me a chance to break that. Hey, we're gonna run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. Now listen, guys. With the NFL season right around the corner, head on over to shirtshopper.net. Go over to the sports tab. Put your cursor over the sports tab. In the drop-down box, click the NFL, and then click your favorite team and get your NFL shirts today at shirtshopper.net. I know for a fact that they got Philadelphia shirts over there, and I know for a fact, you rat bastard AA, that they have a killer Philadelphia Eagles tie-dye shirt that you can't get anywhere else but shirtshopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. We're at 46 minutes past the hour. Welcome to the first update. Here we go. Major League Baseball. Dodgers Kemp to open trade to play. Matt Kemp is possibly looking at maybe being traded to another team. Other news to report from Major League Baseball, Ching-Ming Wong has decided to sign with the new team, and he is going to the Chicago White Sox. Brian Cashman also announced today that the Yankees need to upgrade their pitching. The Boston Red Sox general manager Ben Cherington says, you know what? Even though we're 43-52, we are not at the point of conceding the 2014 season. We will see what ends up happening there. In the NBA, of course, Bill Russell, the Celtic great, has been taken to a hospital. He was okay after a severe scare over there in Washington State. He'll be taken back to his home tonight in Seattle. Other news to report, of course, in the NBA, the LA Lakers have acquired Carlos Boozer off of waivers. Big baby Glenn Davis returns to the LA Clippers to join Doc Rivers after the great run he had with the Celtics from some of those great Celtic teams with the big three they had there. Yesterday was the 2014 ESPY Awards. Didn't watch very much of it. It recapped all the big highlights from the year 2013. Major League Baseball, no games tonight. The second half of the season resumes tomorrow. This concludes the first update. We will run to commercial. This update was brought to you by shirtshopper.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean. Sean hasn't stopped laughing since he finished his update.
I can't help it because you and Double A are just going right back at each other 51 minutes past the hour because Frank, Double A, and Encyclopedia Man's been hysterical. Jeff is just all upset because every time you play Double A, you always lose a bet to him.
I know. It stinks. What do you want? Every single time I make a bet with Double A, TCB, or Craig, as he's known in the show, in the chat room. I've known him as 6 million freaking names also. Only him. Every time I bet him, my Giants against, I lose. My Giants against his Eagles, I lose. Every time I bet somebody else, I freaking win. He's the only one that just keeps kicking my butt. I'm getting tired of it. That's why we didn't bet last year, man. I was getting tired of losing. This year, it's a whole nother kit and caboodle, my friend.
Well, you think about that game, Sunday night, New York at Philadelphia. I will be thinking of both the entire time.
The whole kit and caboodle. You know, it's just a different.
Goodness.
That's why I didn't make any wagers with the Rat Bastard last year.
Well, October 12th, I guess we're having the countdown, December 28th.
I had that one time I had to shave my head, another time I had to shave my face. I was losing everything left and right, man.
Double A, call in. He said, Jeff makes me want to call in.
I was losing my hair left and right to this son of a bitch.
And he has a question. Jeff, what does the Giants have? What do the Giants have?
Eli Manning. They'll be okay. Don't worry.
Look what he says. We got
Shady and Darren
Sproles.
Big deal. Get the hell out of here. Big deal.
And how can you call something you don't watch? Don't talk crap if you're not watching it in the 90s, the past 90s.
Well, what is he talking about?
I don't know what Encyclopedia Man's talking about. And Frank goes, the Eagles will be a contender for the NFC East, Jeff.
Hey, you want to know something, Double A? You see this guy, Josh Lopez, right here? Okay? He's the producer of the show. Okay? So far, he made a bet with me that the Chicago Bulls will win the NBA Finals or the NBA East or whatever the hell it is. Either way, he lost, and he's supposed to take a selfie in a New York Knicks shirt.
He hasn't done it.
I'm still waiting for the selfie. How about that? You like that? Double A? I just thought I'd tell you that. I just thought I'd let that get out there. But he's still a producer of the show. I still love him to death, and he does a great job. But he hasn't paid the bet off yet. I'm just throwing that out there for you there, Double A. At least I pay. Hey, Double A, at least I pay off my bets, right, buddy? I'm just throwing
What does that have
out
to do
there.
with it, Frank? The Sprankle Conference? Oh, my gosh.
Hey, listen, you windbag. Okay? Listen, you windbag. I'm still waiting for my SWR shirts from the Now Live.
From 6 years ago.
I'm getting ready to make some. I had some from Now Live. I don't know where they went. I sent some out to people. You never got yours? That's so funny, dude.
Oh, my gosh. So I wonder what kind of the new bet that you and Double A are going to have this year when they meet on October 12th.
Hey, Double A, we got to come up with a good bet this year for the game, for the two games. A really good bet for the two games.
And you and Double A didn't bet
In
last
fact,
year.
you know what? I already have the bet. I love it. I think it's perfect. Double A, here we go. We got 2 games this year, right? I'm throwing this bet out there. Let's see if you like it. We got 2 games this year, right? Each game, whoever wins, if the Giants win the first game, then you have to take a selfie of yourself in a Giants shirt and post it on Facebook and put it as your profile picture for a week. If the Philadelphia Eagles win, I will take a picture with a Philadelphia Eagles shirt on, a selfie picture, and put it on my profile for the week. Is that a fair bet there, buddy? That's a fair bet, right, Sean?
I said, this is a good bet, Double A. Let me see what he says.
That's a really good bet. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, and you got Encyclopedia Man. The Welsh man can't even pay up his own bet.
I kind of like that idea.
Oh, I can't wait.
Tomorrow's
Come on,
show,
Double A, are you in or not? I'm a witness to this, too.
On tomorrow's show, in the second hour of tomorrow's show, our producer of Sports World Radio, Mr. Josh Lopez, will be coming on in the second hour of the show, and we will be talking nothing but wrestling and making our predictions for the pay-per-view that's coming up on Sunday. Plus,
Encyclopedia Man, don't hit me with that. You're the one who made the bet with Jeff. Don't get on me about my selfies.
I love
you pay
that.
up your bet and put on your Nick gear.
Hey, Josh. It only took Sean 6 to 8 months to learn how to take a selfie. That's not too bad.
Oh, God. Now, all right, now you're...
One year.
Look what he says. Double A says, I'll think about it. This area doesn't believe in crappy team shirts at stores for people to buy.
1 year, Sean couldn't even figure out how to get into a fantasy baseball league.
Oh, here we go again.
So I understand. What does Craig say? I will think about it. This area doesn't believe in having shitty teams shirts in stores for people to buy. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll fix that problem for you right now. I knew you were going to say that. You know where you're going to go and get the shirt? Because that's where I'm going. Head on over to shirtshopper.net. Go over there to the sports tab. In the drop-down, click on the NFL. Click on the New York Giants. And buy yourself a New York Giants t-shirt. Because you're going to be having to wear it, you rat bastard. Not just once, but twice this season. Come on. I'm throwing the smackdown on you. Come on. Place the bet. Place the bet, you rat bastard. Place it. Let's go. I took a year off. This year I'm not taking off. We got 2 games this year. That's the bet. Whoever loses has got to wear the other team's t-shirt, take a selfie, and put it on their profile picture for a week.
Yeah, and I've been looking up, too, Encyclopedia Man, so stick it. Pay up your bet, pal. Pay up your bet.
Shirtshopper.net. They got all the MLB teams there. They got all the NFL teams and all the NBA teams.
Double A goes, LOL. If I wanted to blow my money on that, I'd get a hooker. We got a month yet.
Well, I'm just telling you, you better get your Giant shirt because they're kicking your butt twice this year, so you better have it.
And the countdown to October 12th begins.
You better have it. October 12th, huh?
October 12th. The first game is when the New York Football Giants play
That's
the
a Sunday
Philadelphia
night
Eagles
game,
on
too.
Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Notice I said one hair. Calm your one hair down. Well, not until you say, yes, I'm in.
Oh, look at the Encyclopedia Man. He goes, they don't sell Knicks merch here in Chicago. They have it for kiddie size because the Knicks are a kiddie organization.
Hey,
Wow.
you want to know something? On yesterday's show, I said that the Chicago Bulls, in my eyes, are the favorite to win the East, and you're doing that?
Ooh.
And you're saying that?
Welcome to the top of the hour. We got to go to commercial.
I can't wait to get you on the air tomorrow. Because for the first 15 minutes, I'm giving you hell tomorrow. Hey, we're gonna run to a commercial break. You're listening to Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, hanging out with you guys like we do each and every Monday through Friday. Okay, Josh, I got one thing to say to you. You say that where is it? The Kitty Organ. It's still, thanks for the compliment. It's still the Kitty organization giving out crappy merchandise. They discriminate against towards people of all sizes. Listen, you. Listen to me, you. If you didn't wear a freaking XXX, you'd be able to get a shirt anywhere, you fat rat bastard. All right?
And look what month it is, Encyclopedia Man. It's July.
Give me
Go
no
put on your
crap.
Dick gear, get off the hook.
If you didn't wear a XXX, you'd be able to get a shirt anywhere. Don't give me none of that crap, you rat bastard.
It's pretty funny. I don't care. I'm speaking fact that, Jeff, I appreciate the false compliment. I do. But don't give me crap when their kitty organization give out crap that discriminate towards all people of all sizes.
What's up with that?
Look at this. Holy cripes.
You know what? Just for that, I'm calling Shirt Shopper tomorrow, because it's Friday. They'll be around. Like they're closed now. I'm calling them tomorrow, and I'm telling them to put XXX New York Knicks shirts on the site so you can get them. That's what I'm doing.
Order it online.
That's what I'm doing. Just for you, my friend. I'm calling tomorrow and I'm telling them to do it. So by the weekend, they'll be on there and you'll be able to get them. And then you'll have no freaking excuse.
Look what he adds. He says, "Oh no, with the cheap insults, come up with something original, Jeff and Frank and Sean."
Oh, that's right. Frank Sprankle's with us. It's his hour. Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Wait,
Frank.
Let me give you a
Can I speak on this
of
dysfunctional chaos, please?
Let me give you a proper introduction, my friend. Frank Sprankle, Mr. Windbag himself. Welcome to Sports World Radio.
Well, I love being hated.
I love you, buddy.
Nick,
I love you. You know that. I love you to death.
You know what? I would be a heel if I weren't pro wrestling.
Listen, if I didn't give you a hard time, that means I don't care about you and I don't like you. If I give you a hard time, that means I love you. You know that.
Absolutely. Isn't that what friends are for? Aren't friends supposed to be there for each other?
Yeah.
And isn't part of being there for each other BSing each other too?
You bet.
Frank,
that's part of life.
What is it with you and Nick Foles? Give me a break. You think that he's going to carry the Eagles to the NFC? Give me a
Nick
break.
Nick Foles is only in his third season upcoming in the NFL. Granted, we haven't really seen much of Foles that has been impressive except last season. Remember the 6 touchdowns he had in Oakland? Not to mention his persona. I think he is mature. Let me ask you this. Who would you ever have, Nick Foles or Johnny Manziel?
Nick Foles.
Nick
Foles or Tim Tebow?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles or Tony Romo?
Nick Foles, without hesitation.
There it goes. There's the trifecta. There are better quarterbacks in this league, and Nick Foles happens to be better than at least Tony Romo and, well, Tim Tebow. I can't say Johnny Manziel. We haven't seen Johnny Manziel quite yet.
Frank, I was going to ask you for a story. You coming in a little bit late today. That's okay. But anyway, Troy Aikman said that he was very disgusted a little bit with Jerry Jones for not getting Johnny Manziel for the 2014 NFL Draft. What's your thoughts about that? I would agree with Troy Aikman about that because Romo, again, it's going to depend on if he can stay healthy and get the Cowboys winning this year.
I will say this. Whenever Troy Aikman speaks, people in Dallas better listen because Troy Aikman has earned all of the respect in the world, more respect than Jerry Jones has accomplished. And let's understand this. Jones, 25 years ago, bought the Cowboys. He did turn them into winners, but it's a matter of what have you done for us lately. And in getting Johnny Manziel, or not getting Johnny Manziel from the standpoint of the Dallas Cowboys, I do agree. I don't think it was in the best of all moves. I think for Manziel, he needed a change of scenery. I think he wanted to get out of the Lone Star State. I think for him, his best interest was getting out of the Lone Star State. And hey, he's in Cleveland now, and Cleveland is the sports metropolitan. I'll tell you this: Cleveland is the most interested of all sports cities right now. What, dude? Is this conflict?
I'm sorry, but I'm looking at Encyclopedia, man. He's ripping Jeff. You can personally get the shirt, Jeff, you rat bastard. Send it out here in Chicago, and I'll take the picture. Look it up to the show. You two rat bastards with the selfie is right in front of the United Center, the home of the real organization. Not disgrace towards their fans, you rat bastards.
You know what,
Jeff,
Sean?
What do you say about this? And
Sean, I think we're going to have to hospitalize you soon. I'm not kidding.
I'm sorry. This is good stuff. And even,
you know what,
AA's trying to figure out what the heck the shirt
Jeff,
shopper's
we're about
not
to lose
dead.
Sean. Jeff, you know we're about to lose Sean because of laughter.
I think Josh is crazy.
I think they're both crazy.
He's told Jeff to send it to Encyclopedia, man. Then he'll say he'll take the picture. To
So I have to buy it and send it to you? What the hell? That wasn't the freaking bet.
That's what I was laughing about because you knew Jeff was like, what? How do I have to buy it for you? You buy it.
I don't buy. You buy, you put on, you take picture.
I got a good idea. If this involves that bet in terms of Encyclopedia man Josh having to wear the Nick gear, here's what you do. You just buy the gear, you put it on, you take a picture, and then you return it and get a refund.
Wow, he's smart.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually – wait a minute. I'm smart SMRT.
Yeah.
Well, then here's another idea, Frank. You could pick up Encyclopedia, man. Go in your car, meet him, pick him up, go to the mall and find a Knicks thing, and then there you go. There's the bet right there.
Oh, there is one sports apparel place I know of in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, but I bet you they don't have a triple XL New York Knicks shirt there.
Ooh,
how would I know?
Exactly.
And then Encyclopedia man insults Jeff's Knicks after the compliment that Jeff gave the Bulls.
Look at Josh. Be quiet. I'm taking advice from an ECW windbag junkie.
Ooh.
Which he's talking about.
That would be me.
Frank.
Yeah, I'll admit that'd be me. I used to like ECW before all of this merger crap. Yes, that is me. Yes.
Have you? Let me ask you a question.
I never went to an ECW event in its prime.
But I asked you a question a long time ago to watch the Monday Night Raw. Did you ever watch it?
No, actually, I saw a few minutes of. I can't remember what. I don't know anybody much on the WWE roster anymore. That entertainment value has really depreciated my interest in wrestling.
Come listen to the show tomorrow. I guarantee you, Josh will pique your interest like there ain't no tomorrow.
Josh, if you want to find me, I will be at U.S. Cellular Field.
You're going to the game tomorrow, aren't you?
Astros and White Sox. I will be at the game tomorrow, so if you want to find me, just find me, and you and I can get out somewhere outside the ballpark.
Astros and White Sox. Well, that's a game right there, let me tell you.
So when the Encyclopedia Man comes on tomorrow, Jeff, for the second hour, you're going to give him heck the first 15 minutes. I can't wait for this.
Hey, aren't we supposed to be talking about what I think along the lines of Johnny Manziel and the comments of Troy Aikman?
The comments by Aikman. So, yeah, Aikman is so right because what
this
he's
would make
saying,
it worse.
Yeah, Jerry Jones needs to really think hard about what he has done with the Cowboys. Jeff has the stats. I have to say it again. Since 1997, Frank, the Cowboys have gone 144 and 145.
144 and 145, and that's the Dallas Cowboys, and they consider themselves the shrine of being so-called America's team. Well, guess what? They are America's joke, and they are America's chokers. Case in point, the last 3 seasons, Week 17. That's why I call them America's chokers, because it has come down to the New York Giants, it has come down to the Washington Redskins, and as of last year, it came down to the Philadelphia Eagles. All you had to do was win, and they couldn't win that one-game playoff in Week 17 for the NFC East crown.
And I'm pretty sure you're happy you have to say Washington Redskins, because every time I think of Washington Redskins, Frank, I think of DJ Gary One Arm right there, Jeff, because he's the big Redskin fan.
Yeah, and the guy lives in freaking London. How does that happen? Huh? How does that happen? Guy lives in freaking England and he's a Redskins fan. I think he did it just.
Wait, how did he become a Redskins
I don't know.
fan? I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the Hogettes or something.
No, I think he did it just to piss me off because I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah, he did that, and then he posted on our walls for Facebook about how great the Redskins are, and Frankie puts up "Hail to the Redskins." Hail to the Redskins.
I have a question. Was this guy following the NFL during the Joe Gibbs years of the 1980s and early 90s?
No, I think
I don't know.
You know what?
I'll tell you what, that was pretty good football from that time. I mean, look at the 10 seasons. They won 3 Super Bowls and 4 appearances. If I didn't have a team, that would make me a Redskins fan. But the Bears are my favorite team. They won 1 Super Bowl in that span.
He likes RG3. He likes RG3. I remember he's told me a lot about how great RG3 is.
You know what? I do want to speak along the lines of Robert Griffin III. And Robert Griffin III has RG3. Let's just call him RG3. Let's give him his nickname here. But he has come out and recently said that he is critical of the Thursday night games. And he says other players do not like the concept of Thursday night football. Now, it's interesting to note, you play Sunday, you only have 4 days to heal your body. You have to cram in the preparation. I can understand the argument for players not wanting to play games on Thursday night. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I don't approve of it. I have disagreed with it. Why do we have to have Thursday night games? Roger Goodell set this up, and ever since November of 05 or 06 or 07, NFL Network has had the games there. Jeff, I know you haven't been a big fan of this idea too.
No, I hate this idea. I think it sucks.
Let me ask you this, however. Do you think that maybe the reason we have Thursday night games is because of our obsession with football? We love it so much that we have to have it almost every day of the week. I think that if you look...
Real quickly, Frank, I think it's because when you think about it, how big college football adds to that. The reason what I'm getting at is back in the days in the 90s when I grew up, Thursday night football on ESPN would be college football, and they played it. They would play Friday and then Saturday.
You would have
probably the NFL is following in the steps of the NCAA. What do you think, Jeff, before we go to break?
I don't really care. I don't watch football on Thursday nights. It sucks.
What are you doing on Thursday nights?
I'm watching freaking my TV shows that are on Thursday night instead.
There's more to this story that we'll talk about, Frank, after this commercial break.
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escar, Showman, and Frank Sprankle joining us in the second hour of the show. What are you laughing at now there, buddy?
Double A. Okay, I just went to Shirt Shopper site, and I must say it sucks. You can't pick your size if you like a certain shirt. It says it's one size only.
No, all you got to do is just click the freaking more information button, and you can pick any size you want. What the hell's the matter with you people?
Hey, by the way, I got
you can pick your size.
By the way, I have some breaking news, gentlemen. Just taking a look at Sports Center here. This just in, as of the last 3 minutes, the Cavs have changed their stance and are willing to trade Andrew Wiggins to the Timberwolves for one Kevin Love.
But it hasn't happened yet.
Wow.
It hasn't happened officially. Let's understand, this trade has not gone through. However, the Cavaliers are willing to trade the number one draft pick, not just their number one draft pick, the number one draft pick in the NBA this year in Andrew Wiggins to get Kevin Love. And I know, Jeff, you were talking about how you're not confident that the Cavaliers, even with LeBron, have what it takes to win an NBA title. They know they need experience to do so, and that's why they're looking at getting the second best power forward outside of Melo, of course, in Kevin Love.
I hope it doesn't happen.
Frank,
if he goes there and they trade him there, is he going to sign and stay there, or is he going to have to go, or is he going to be a free agent next year?
Wait, if this is Kevin Love, then you as an organization, the Cleveland Cavaliers, you want him long-term. You want him 3-4 years. You don't want him just 1 year and then all of a sudden, I don't like this LeBron experience. We didn't win an NBA championship. We were bounced out of the Eastern Conference Finals. I went out.
Okay, but LeBron only signed a 2-year deal, and so did Mike Miller. So why are you going to sign a 3 or 4-year deal?
All right, you know, first of all, that LeBron wanted Mike Miller because after he was let go following the second championship year, which was last year when they defeated the Spurs, he really was at odds with the Heat organization because of them cutting ties with Mike Miller.
Correct.
Yeah.
But why would Love sign a 3 or 4 year deal when LeBron and Mike Miller's only signed a 2?
That's a good point that Jeff brings up there, Frank, because if you look at it from my perspective, this would not make sense for the Cavaliers. And you know what? Even if Kevin Love goes to Cleveland, that still does not make the Cavs, in my opinion, still the top team in the NBA to win it all next year.
Oh, they're going to be in the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs.
They'll have
home
court in the first
what
round.
about this guy? Like we've said, what about Blatt? What is he going to bring to the Cavaliers? What kind of offensive system and defensive system? This guy's only coached at international basketball.
Okay,
He's
let me
never
ask you
coached
this
in
question.
the NBA.
Let me ask you this question. Doesn't having LeBron James make your job easy as a head coach?
Probably it does,
but so
I think it does. I think it does immensely.
Yeah,
Jeff,
but does LeBron James know the system that the head coach is going to run? No.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
LeBron James has got to learn this system too.
LeBron has accumulated so much power that pretty much he can run the shots.
Doesn't matter. He's still got to learn the coach's system.
He has to run it the way the coach asks the players to do, and I don't think LeBron's going to learn it very well with Blatt as head coach. They would have been much, much better off if they would have kept Mike Brown as their coach. Then Mike Brown would have been able to work with LeBron because they had that connection in Cleveland from like 2003 to 2010.
All right, here's what David Blatt and LeBron need to do. Blatt and LeBron need to both sit down and work out a system together because Blatt needs to come to the realization, look, you're the best player in this game. Everyone is talking about you. They're not talking about me. You have the talent. You've won championships in Miami. You were the leader of that team. Let's put a system together. And together, I use the word together immensely here, let's make it happen. They need to be sitting down right now and talking strategy.
Yeah, they got to figure out some way to make their offensive system really good. Remember, Urban Magic Johnson said on his Twitter, the Cavs, the Bulls, and I think he mentioned Indiana and Washington are the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference. That's why, Frank, I was glad to ask everybody's thoughts about the East. But still, whoever represents the East is going to have to face a very tough Western Conference team. And there's only one team out there that is very, very tough, and that's the San Antonio Spurs, the defending NBA champions. And I think they have a very good chance even next year to win the NBA championship with the team that they still have.
And then
Greg Popovich, that's all I'm going to say, Greg Popovich.
And then you got to mesh all these people together. Come on.
And OKC is going to be tough, and Dallas might be tough, but Frank, I can agree with you that the age is catching up with the Mavericks, especially with Dirk Nowitzki. And Houston, in my opinion, blew big opportunities to go after these big names, free agents.
All right, but let me ask you this. Doesn't it make, with LeBron still staying in the East, obviously he's been an Eastern Conference player his entire career. You factor his return to Cleveland, you look at Chicago, and with the weapons they have stacked, I think overall, I'm not talking about one particular player, but I'm talking about overall weapons here. And Encyclopedia Josh, you're going to love this.
It's Chicago.
Absolutely, it's Chicago. Well, look, there's no guarantee here, but I would have to say also, how about this too? You were talking about David Blatt. Tom Thibodeau. Dude, this guy is probably – Tom Thibodeau is the best coach in the NBA right now to have not won an NBA title.
Actually, I think Tom Thibodeau's a better defensive coach than he is an offensive coach.
And I agree with that, with Jeff, that he's a good defensive coach. But you're missing the point here. Just because he went to being an NBA coach, you know, look, okay, he knows how to coach because he's had the experience in the NBA. He knows that system. He knows the NBA well. David Blatt, what's he going to have for the experience? If he doesn't get it done, you could see the Cavs just saying, I gave you one chance to bring a championship to Cleveland, David Blatt, or even in 2 years, and you're gone. And the Cavs are out searching for a new coach. And LeBron is possibly going to take his talent somewhere else.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why do you think David Griffin, the new general manager of the Cavaliers, hired David Blatt in the first place?
I don't know, and I think it was a bad decision from day one for them to hire him. Jeff told me to look up the assignment, right, Jeff? And even Encyclopedia Man. We looked up the stats for David Blatt. No experience in the NBA. I think it was a bad move by the Cavaliers ownership.
Let me ask you this. The only time I think experience as a coach or as an assistant doesn't matter is if you've had a prolonged playing career. If you've done what Jason Kidd has done in terms of playing, Derek Fisher, not to mention him too, and Steve Kerr as well. If you've played the game for a long period of time, you've seen it all, you know strategy, I think that's your experience enough. Let's understand this. Did David Blatt ever played in the NBA?
No.
Exactly.
No, he's only played in the International League, and he's only coached in International League. That's it. And international basketball is a different animal than the NBA.
Yep.
And I don't think LeBron and David Blatt have ever met.
No, they have not.
No, that's why let's see how well this connection goes with David Blatt and LeBron James. Will it work well? Will there be a good connection? Or is it going to be a bad connection? I have a feeling that the expectations aren't going to be very good.
And who do you think's going to
I
go?
don't think Cap fans should just say, oh, we're going to be the favorites next year to win the NBA championship. There are still pieces missing to that team. And even yesterday, like I said, Frank, Jeff told me to look up that roster. You got Cavalier players, one player who's 19 years old, and you got players even in their early 20s who don't even really have the experience.
But let me ask you this. Doesn't LeBron even have to learn this new system? And we don't know what David Blatt's system is. We don't know if him and LeBron are going to sit down like at my suggestion and talk this over. But won't it take at least 1 year for everything to mesh together?
Yes.
I mean, look at Miami. It did in Miami. They lost in 2011 to the Mavericks. It
Yes.
seemed that, oh, my goodness, you got this big three. We're expecting them to win. They lost their first NBA Finals, and then they went on to win the next two.
Yes, of course it's going to. That's why I don't get these freaking morons who's supposed to be specialists and know everything. And what are they,
that's
crazy?
why I have to shut the radio stations off for sports and ESPN, because they blow the whole thing out of proportion. And LeBron has always been the big center of attention ever since he's come into the NBA.
Dude, they're in love with LeBron. They're in bed with LeBron. That's why.
LeBron this, LeBron that. I know Encyclopedia Man has every right to be disgusted about it because they focus more on him. They don't focus on other NBA teams.
And I will say this. I will give LeBron James his due. He is the best talent the NBA has to offer. But you just can't last with talent alone confined within one player.
No.
Frank, the next story I want to get to so we can get away from this LeBron stuff. Jeff and I talked about it. You talked about Carlos Boozer going to the LA Lakers. I was watching something on ESPN real quickly before we go to the update. Lakers and Yankees in decline. Do you agree with that? I think so.
Oh, I absolutely do. And it has to do with the leadership. Derek Jeter is retiring. And by the way, what do you not to get off the Lakers and Yankees getting old, but what do you think? What did you think of the All-Star game? Do you think it was too much of a Derek Jeter love fest? Yes or no?
Yes.
Disgusted, because let me tell you something. If you don't pay a tribute to Tony Gwynn like Bud Selig did,
thank you.
That was the most stupidest thing that MLB did. Okay, I was happy that Jeter got his last All-Star game, got a standing O. But what about Tony Gwynn? That guy did not get one stinking tribute.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Tony Gwynn's family should have been presented on the field. Now, I don't know. Maybe MLB made their request, but maybe the family wants to be kept out of the spotlight. I don't know. Okay, you don't bring the family. But you know what? Yeah, I agree. A simple video tribute would have done well. MLB, you know what? Bud Selig, wake up.
Yeah, wake up is right. And Jeff was disgusted too, right, Jeff? He told me that before we went on the air.
Yeah, I was disgusted with it. Totally disgusted with it.
This is the greatest contact hitter in the history of the game. I'm not saying the best hitter, but the greatest contact hitter in the history of baseball. And you're not going to pay tribute to him?
I'm glad, Encyclopedia Man, that the ESPYs honored Tony Gwynn last night, but they still should have done it at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Did they honor him? Did they honor him last night?
Excuse me?
Did they honor him last night on the ESPYs?
Yeah, they did.
Encyclopedia Man said they did.
Good.
But here's the deal. More people are going to watch the MLB All-Star Game than they are the ESPYs.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Here's the projected lineup for the Cavs. Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins, LeBron James, Tristan Thompson, and Anderson Varejao. That's the starting lineup. Deion Walters, Anthony Bennett, Mike Miller, James Jones, Brendan Hayward, Matthew Davilovich, and somebody else I didn't see. Great. Yeah, that's a great lineup you got there.
Yeah, and that's a great team. A team that really thinks they have it all to win the NBA championship.
Yeah.
Cleveland will not win an NBA championship with that team that they have right now.
At least not this year.
If they would have had the teams that LeBron was on when they had Wally Zerbiak, Ben Wallace, Delonte West, then probably you're saying, okay, they have got the ability to be a strong, strong team. But look at how young their team is. And with they just don't have it.
You know what AA is mentioning about the Tony Gwynn issue here, and he said maybe during the World Series. Well, I hope they had the opportunity on Tuesday night because we were just coming off the passing of Tony Gwynn. So
Right.
You know what? Major League Baseball still blew it. I don't care about the World Series.
Yeah, I know. They blew it big time. Big.
Disrespect.
Big time.
Disrespect to
Yeah.
one of the great players this game has ever had. And you know what? Let me say this about Gwynn. He never tainted the game. He played in an era in which guys tainted the game.
No, I agree.
Could have easily, before we go to update, he could have easily broke Ted Williams' record in 1994, but that was the strike that screwed everything up.
I agree. Hey, we're going to run to our final update. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. You're looking for a coffee machine, need some coffee, need some tea? Head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. We are at 31 minutes past the hour on this Thursday, the 17th of July, 2014, the 7th month of the year. In the NBA, here's the news that we got. The Pistons and the Kings have talked about a potential trade for Josh Smith in the NBA as the news just continues to be big. And as Frank Sprankle, our good friend, pointed out a little while ago, 15 or 16 minutes, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're willing to deal Wiggins for Kevin Love. Why? Because Kevin Love believes that he would like to play with LeBron James. He is intrigued by that idea. So we'll see if that deal goes through or possibly falls through. Glenn Davis, he's found a new home. He's going to the LA Clippers to reunite with Doc Rivers. Of course, he was a member of the 2008 Boston Celtics championship team. So all this news is coming very, very big for the NBA with all the free agency moves coming. Major League Baseball, no games tonight. The second half of the season resumes tomorrow night with a lot of games, interleague play probably, lots of American League, and lots of National League games. A week from tomorrow is the start of NFL training camp as the Buffalo Bills will be coming to camp. Actually, the Buffalo Bills come tomorrow, and the New York Football Giants come 2 or 3 days later. A week from tomorrow is actually the official start where all teams report for NFL training camp, but the Hall of Fame game is just a few weeks away. This update was brought to you by KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. We will be right back after commercial.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor,